speaking to? This is...
Yeah, that. Who are you speaking to? Who are you speaking to? My God. Now, Dion says she's a senior journalist. And the DPP. Who are you speaking to? Who are you speaking? This is fascinating, you know. Who are you speaking to? Huh? Almost as if, do you know who is sitting across the table from you here?
This is all very exciting.
Who are you speaking to? You know, I think Mrs. Jackson set up herself, you know. And if I'm to be very honest with you, Miss Jackson does have some ability, you know, as a journalist. I grant you that. I think she does. I think Dion, you know, over the years have been a probing journalist. But, you know, in recent times, Lady J, I don't know what has gotten into her at all. And I see she's very, very unpopular among laborites. By the way, neighborites, I get back to that. Who are you talking to? Huh? Listen to the DPP as she...
Did it have anything to do with your confidence as to whether you could acquit yourself and the office?
Who are you speaking to? Who are you speaking to? This is Mrs. Jackson Miller.
Mrs. Jackson Miller. Who are you speaking to? You're going to ask the DPP whether she had confidence to acquit herself, and the DPP, who you chat to?
This is all very exciting.
In other words, don't ask me that question. In other words, don't be rude. That's what the DPP is saying. You know, don't be rude. Who you talk to? Who you talking to like that? Right? Who are you talking to? At one time, Miss Jackson looks nervous. You saw her? They were nervous. What time Miss Jackson look as if to say she's... Never seen Miss Jackson so nervous. The DPP is brilliant woman. Yeah. And Miss Jackson looked... She liked to use the word incredulous. You're passing your place.
This is all.
And I'm going to say counsel.
Watch this takedown. Listen to it.
We have not had the opportunity to meet in court, but
we have not had the opportunity to meet in court. Now, you don't trouble Paula, you know. You know who was the DPP before Paul Llewellyn? You know who was there? Type it in the chat. I could give you a little bit of background about this woman, Paula Llewellyn, you know. She was deputy DPP on the Panton. There's a little history there that if you follow the politics well, you would know. Panton. And you know when Panton was retiring, you know, I'm going to leave that alone. You know, many never thought that this DPP had it, you know. But she's been world class. Listen to her as she is about to fix Miss Jackson's business. I felt it for Miss Jackson, I really did. But I think she walked into it. Who are you speaking to? I came here in peace. How are you, honey bless? Have we met? If we have not met, then you know what to do about that.
We have not had the opportunity to meet in court, but
we have not had the opportunity to meet in court. That's the first thing that she came up with to say, hey, watch your space. You hear? You hear, girl? Watch what you're talking about. No bother come to me with that. We haven't met in court. So you can't be talking about confidence. And I and you never meet in the ring. That's what Miss Paula Lewin is saying, you know. You haven't been in my league. You and I are not in the same league here. You know, because Paula would have met some of the finest jurists, KCs, QCs in court. Yeah. And she's about to decimate the senior journalists. It was a takedown that is for the record books. Never seen anything like this on Jamaican media. Oh my goodness. Mr. Perkins?
Very exciting.
Deserve a laugh.
Oh gosh.
the matters that I would meet in, you have not been in any of them, and I would never.
Matters that I would meet you in court in, you haven't been in any of them. Okay? In other words, you and I are not walking in the same shoes here. I and you're not in the same league. So, you are a junior counsel. I am a KC. You cannot meet me on, you cannot match me on the court. That's what Mrs. Lowen is saying. You can't match me in the courtroom. My goodness, what a stay in your lane. Don't diss me here. So, I mean, this is a, I don't know. Is Miss Jackson on her program now? Because I would have to take a little break.
Indicate that it's because you lack confidence. So let us really be factual here.
No, I'm asking a question.
I am saying it did not have any, well, let me tell you.
I see you're offended. I see you are offended. The senior journalist retort. That just opened up the DPP. That gave the DPP the space to get even better. Listen to her.
You're junior counsel to me.
You're junior counsel to me. In other words, I can teach you the law. You're a student. I'm the teacher. I could teach you this. You're a junior counsel to me. No, you know how lawyers operate? in their chambers. They have senior counsels that carries the case. The junior counsels research, they do the research and help prepare the case. And Miss Llewellyn is saying,
He did not have any. Well, let me tell you,
to the senior journalists. You're a junior counsel. My God, what a takedown. Let me tell you, it's almost embarrassing.
I can't believe me high. Boy, I tell you something. This is all very exciting.
Well, I apologize for that.
Oh gosh.
I apologize for that. It's not a laughing matter. It's not. Not a laughing matter at all. It's just it really highlights, you know, the brilliance of this lady and her ability to defend her position.
So let us really be factual here.
No, I'm asking a question. You know.
I am saying he did not have any. Well, let me tell you, you're junior counsel to me. You're junior counsel to me.
Right
and I would never think that because you have not appeared in a gang case or you have not appeared in a complex matter in the Court of Appeal, it's because you lack the gun.
You have never appeared in a complex matter in the Court of Appeal. You've never appeared in a complex matter. You're a junior counsel to me. You haven't appeared in any matter. So, who are you to be telling me about confidence?
No, what you're doing now is relegating me to junior counsel when I'm asking you the question as a senior journalist.
All right.
You have relegated me to junior counsel. Mrs. Jackson, best is to admit that she's a junior counsel. But her best comeback is that she's a senior journalist. She's a junior counsel, but she's a senior journalist. That's the best she could come back with. I am a senior journalist. Is she? Is Miss Jackson a senior journalist? What amounts for seniority in journalism in Jamaica? Is she? I don't know. She said that she is. I don't know. Is Mrs. Jackson Miller a senior journalist? But how is she a junior counsel, by the way? She hasn't been around a long time. Oh, according to age. So it's age that determines your seniority in journalism? And what is the age? Anyway, junior counsel questioning the KC. There was a clear separation here, and Miss Jackson was rattled. Rattled, obviously. But I don't know why she would be rattled, you know. Because quite frankly, there are very few people in the legal profession that likes to or like to face the DPP in court. The DPP is a fierce, well, you know, always very well prepared. That's my understanding. That's my understanding, that she prepares well. And it probably was a little bit of an error for the senior journalist to question the confidence of the country's premier prosecutor. Well, she's retired now. Maybe she should have taken a different approach, because she was clearly rattled by the DPP's, stance, pushback at it. Clearly, the DPP was not happy to be called, for the senior journalist to suggest that that she lacked the confidence. Listen a little bit more of it.
No, it had nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do with that. It is just that in matters where I could have, my responsibilities were of such that it would have been better to brief counsel in England, which is what we did.
Jack.
That's that. No. Why is this piece of tape being shared so much? Why? Why is this generating such interest? Why? You see, it is so important that the profession, I'm not a journalist, by the way, so don't I'm not a journalist. I've never been into journalism school. I don't care to be a journalist either. But I think that Jamaica today is struggling. Take, for example, news talk. Well, maybe I should leave that. The people of Jamaica are struggling, because you tell me in the chat, my listeners, type in the chat, who is your newsman or newswoman in Jamaica? In the United States, over the years, you had several newsmen on CBS, ABC, NBC that the public trust for news. They were unbiased. You knew that when they brought you the information, it was straight down the middle, no partisanship. We've been discussing on this program the whole matter of tribalism and the impact it had on the election. Who is your newsman in Jamaica? Who do you depend on? Which station you listen to? Which journalist in Jamaica that you can say, hey, well, the mania, he's going to dissect the issues. He's going to give us an unbiased perspective, irrespective of who is in power. George Davis, Hughes, ER, Tyrone Reed. You see the problem we have? Emily. The very media is struggling. We're struggling to find. And you know how the PNP, what the PNP thinks about Nationwide and the Neighbour. I challenge one PNP to send me a request and come up here now. I bet you they won't do it. I bet you. I challenge a member of the People's National Party. Send me a request now. And come us, let us have a conversation. Yes? They're not coming. The PNP, they go to their friendly places. Yes? Echo chambers. Echo chambers. It's a massive problem. It is a threat, listeners, to the democracy. When you cannot identify any station that you can say, that station there. You listen to News Talk. Some days they are one side, the next day they are on the other side. Why? Everyone now is labeled. And that's Mrs. Dion Jackson Miller's problem. Is that over time, there is a view that she has leaned a bit away from the middle and is now supporting a particular political view. My understanding, you see, is that the People's National Party did not support Nationwide during the election in terms of advertising. They never placed one ad over there. Now, what if the PNP won the election? Comrades. What if the PNP had won the election? How would you treat Nationwide? Are you telling me that the government would not advertise with Nationwide? Is that listen to me. 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 And you know, I don't listen to radio much. I don't really listen to Nationwide. But on the occasions I have listened, I think they are very, very balanced. No, I don't believe in balance, you know. I'm going to tell you the truth. But for what it is worth, I think they have covered the news. What do you think? I think they call it how they see it. I don't hear anything on that station that could tell me. Let's say I'm visiting Jamaica and I don't know nothing about Jamaica and I tune into Nationwide. I couldn't tell you that they are either supporters of the Labour Party or the PNP. I think that station upholds the tenets of journalism. I think so. I'm not suggesting that they don't have their personal preferences. They may very well do. But in terms of editorial judgment, Nationwide reports the news. So why is the PNP labeling them an incubator? What an unfortunate word from a general secretary. What an unfortunate word from a man who says he's a general secretary of a political party. And what a disgrace, really, that a political party would choose to treat a radio station like that. You know, Jimmy Kimmel, is Kimmel a late night stand-up comedian in the United States, was removed from the air on ABC because of a comment he made. An unfortunate unaliving took place, and Jimmy Kimmel made a comment on it. And you know, ABC was forced to re-examine removing Jimmy. I've never heard the private sector, civil society, condemning the PNP for how they have treated Nationwide. It's a very, let me tell you something. Any comrades there? PA? Any comrade? Now they're going to tell me that I'm batting for Nationwide. I tell me no business. After me no business. Okay, none of them is there. I know they wouldn't come and talk to me. Because guess what? Not one. Not one. And they're so loud. Eight 876-858-9553. Eight 876-858-9553. That's the number to WhatsApp. WhatsApp that number and ask for the Cash App or the Zelle account to send your contribution supporting the network, Politics Plus. That's the network. Yeah, we building out a network. We call it Politics Plus. Politics Plus. So we discuss politics plus anything else. And on the Politics Plus network, we're happy. We have 2 programs so far. We soon go on 24 hours, you know. We soon have 24-hour programming. So your contributions are necessary, okay? 876-858-9553. Support Politics Plus. And we have 2 programs so far. We have Hello Neighbor daytime at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we have Hello Neighbor Primetime at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Politics Plus is the network, and it's going to be your first. Well, let me not make any more announcements yet, but please, 876-858-9553. Let's do this. Neighbor rights. Yes, that what I understand is that my listeners are neighbor rights. Neighbor rights, are you there? Big up yourself. All the neighbor rights online right now. Big up yourself. It's a Friday night. It's 8 minutes to 8 o'clock. And you are live with your neighbor on Hello Neighbor Prime Time. We need to get 1,000 roses tonight. All right, please. 1,000. Neighbor rights, John Major. Good night to you, sir. Don't talk crap. You're a neighbor, right? Good night. Angie, big up yourself. Good night. J Van, big up yourself. Good night. Caroline, top of the night to you, my dear. Oh, Miss Rowe, good night to you. So let me tell you how this platform works. We're not going to be only on this platform going forward, but if you are on the TikTok page, you have to tap the screen. All right? You have to tap the screen, because if you don't tap the screen, the show doesn't grow. So each person, as soon as you get a chance, tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see those little hearts going up? That keeps the page active. If you don't keep the page active, then what the people do is they say the show is not an active show. We want the show to be active. All right, so tap the screen. We also want you to share the live. If you have friends that you think will benefit from listening to us, then tell them to share the live with them. Okay, just neighbor rights. Join the neighbor rights family, the Politics Plus network. Okay, fastest growing media network in Jamaica. But you have to become a shareholder, all right? You have to become a shareholder. You have to become a part of the team. And so we ask you to text or WhatsApp 876-858-9553 and send a contribution to Zelle or Cash App. We have lots that we are doing. By the way, we have some outside broadcasts coming up for you. You can't afford to miss them. Yep, we're going to be on the road soon, and we want you to help us. All right, we want to get some proper equipment so that we can bring you quality programming when we go out there and talk to Jamaicans. We're going to be talking to Jamaicans about a lot of things. All right, so why was Nationwide treated like that? And what if the PNP won? Would they starve Nationwide? I'm going to tell you a little story, you see? This is very, very true. Wilmot Perkins was a phenomenal journalist. And there was a time, you see, when you listen to Wilmot's program, no advertisement. No advertisement. He was starved of resources. and his program was starved of resources. The station he was on, when you listened in the morning, they had more ads than they talk. But when 10 o'clock came, Mutty got none. You see that country here? You see that country here? If you speak the truth, you're not going to be liked. You're not going to be liked. And you know, sometimes I worry. Is there a risk in doing this? Is there a risk? Because when you open people's eyes, them don't like you, you know. They like you at all. And you're not singing from their song sheet and peddling the lies, echoing the falsehood. Then they start setting up all type of plots. So sometimes I think about it. But you know, somebody have to do it. Someone have to do it. Someone have to step out there and say, this nonsense can't continue. And we must, in Jamaica, have a source, a reliable source that guides our people into making logical decisions when they go to the polls, because our people are being misled because of politics. The people are not being told the truth because of politics. And the more I look at the results of the election just passed, the more I understand that this country is deeply tribal, and that the tribalism seem to have impacted even the media. Hello? Anyway, they're telling me that I need to take some calls, but I haven't even started the notes yet. I don't know what to do. Please give me a little bit of guidance. Can I get a little bit more time, please? Another 20 minutes? Right, hang up. In terms of what's happening in the news today, the Jamaica Constabulary Force has completed the procurement of 1,000 new body-worn cameras. Body-worn cameras coming for the JCF. Well, they're suggesting that this will enhance police accountability. So body-worn cameras coming for the JCF. All right. Exploitation or empowerment? Which of the parties have empowered or exploited the poor? You know, I heard a man today talking about the cost of living. Is the poor being exploited or are they being empowered? Yep. You see, poverty and politics have long been intertwined. With politicians often using the poor as a voting bloc to further their own interests. Many countries, including Jamaica, the poor are seen as a crucial demographic that can swing elections. However, this relationship can be complex and multifaceted, with politicians often exploiting the poor for their own gain. Is the poor being exploited in Jamaica? I'll never forget. By the way, you know what? You know clientism. You know clientism. Oh, my brothers and sisters, lift yourself up. Lift yourself up. Lift yourself up. Lift yourself up. Did you know that in politics, not here in Jamaica, I'm not saying in Jamaica, that there are some politicians that prefer to keep you poor? You think everybody want you to be independent? Some people only want to keep you poor because keeping you poor is to control your vote. You're a client. That's what you are, a client. You're just a client every 5 years, eh? But guess what? You're beautiful. You are beautiful. You are very, very important. And it's time you stop make politicians use you. There's no politician who could offer me $10,000 to vote for them. None. And that's not because I couldn't put that $10,000 to use. They just wouldn't do it. Why? Which means that they don't value you. Do you ever realize that? Do you ever think about it? That it is the value they place on you. But if they wouldn't do it to me, they shouldn't do it to you. Because you're not more important than I. Are you? We are equal. We are equal. And so the politician really is diminishing your value. Okay? He's diminishing your value. And it's time the Jamaican people stop this nonsense. Don't make politicians diminish you. All right. Can we go to the callers now? Yeah, we will take them. Right, hi. Hello? 18 after 8 o'clock. We'll go with you until just about 9 o'clock. Good night, sir. Good night. Hello? Hello? Oh, wow. Is it that they're not hearing me? I'm not so sure what is happening. Hello? Yvette Campbell? Hi? Yvette? John Kelly. Good night, caller. Good night, Marie Rowe. Good night. Wow. Yeah. On TT, good night. Hi. Good night. You know, Jesus Christ said the poor we will always have with us. He never said that we must exploit them. The poor we will always have with us. But my goodness, what exploitation that is taking place. We don't have any callers? What's happening to these people when they come up? Is it that they don't understand? On TT, are you there? Are you there? Please take her down. Good night to you all across the world, wherever you're listening from. Fantastic Friday night, 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're in Jamaica. Looking at the whole matter of tribalism and how tribalism affected the vote on September 3rd. Laying the foundation for next week, where we're going to be challenging this whole matter of the relationship between poverty and politics. Is it exploitation or is it empowerment? Whetting your appetite to life. We will not be here tomorrow. We don't have a Saturday show, so if you want to talk to us, you have to come up tonight. We'll be back maybe on Sunday. I said yes. We're working on Sunday. Okay. So until we get callers. There is a link, you see, between the prosperity of politics and the poverty of the poor. It's oxymoronic, not true. It sounds almost cliche, but it is true that many politicians build their empire on the poor. The poor we will always have with us. It's a massive voting bloc, you know. And it is the group of people that is easiest or easier to influence. Which of the parties would have done more for the poor? There's a problem with poverty, though, is that poverty can sometimes become aspirational. You know, Adam Smith speaks of the poverty of aspiration. And that's when it becomes physiosophical. It's now outside of the realm of just being a physical activity to psychological. Because there are many people today who, if you place $1 million in their hands tomorrow, it will not change their lives. As a matter of fact, for many, it would destroy them. And you ask, how is that even possible? How could I give a poor man $1 million and he doesn't better himself? You see, top country, not there. Wow. It's very, very deep. Very, very deep. And it's complex, multifaceted. And I would dare say that there is some amount of exploitation happening. I'll measure it down and I'll measure it and I'll narrow it down for you in the coming days. One of the primary ways in which the poor are exploited is through what is called clientism. You know, people sell insurance. You know the man who sells you the insurance. You know what money he make off of that one sale? Well, you only pay, say you pay $10,000 a month. You know how much the person who sells you the insurance is making off you? Okay, you're a client. Good night, caller.
Good night. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you, man.
Yes, sir. What's happening? What's on your mind?
Well, I was listening to you today pertaining to the you were wondering why is it patriotism? I think you were talking about patriotism and why being people don't, if I'm, you were asking some person about why is it, if they are patriotism or so on. Some person think patriotic, yeah, sorry. And, some people were saying that is not a bad word and so on, which is, I think, based on his, pardon?
Tribal.
Tribe, yeah, yes. I think it was
Did you vote in the last election?
No, I'm not currently in Jamaica. I'm overseas.
Were you here? Would you care to tell me who you would have voted for?
Of course.
Tell me.
I would have voted for the Jamaica Labour Party, of course, based on my history. From 1962, when Jamaica became independent, up till 1967, when I think it was 67 when Shearer was there, and then Seaga in the 70s, I think. I see, we all enjoy a certain time, a certain freedom in terms of, benefit from the old colonialism.
Would you say you're a tribalist? Would you say you're a tribalist?
Absolutely.
You say yes?
Yes.
You're a tribalist?
Yes. And the reason for that is based on the history that I have seen that, when I compare the two party and I look at it and see, which one of them really, for the people and in terms of economic growth and so on, I have to give it to the Jamaica Labour Party.
So your vote for the Jamaica Labour Party is not a tribal vote then? It's a logical vote based on research that you have done.
Yeah, yes. And to be honest with you, when I was a youngster growing up, I also like, the speech of Michael Mann, because when he talked, you could actually listen to him, and he basically he could raise the dead. Anything that he said out of his mouth, you feel hope, you feel like there's hope is there and so on, there's that he couldn't tell you nothing wrong as a youngster, and it grew with me. But after when 1992, when I don't like to call it the name, when the change of God, that's when the whole thing when they said black man time, and then when I see when that black man time come and I see everybody said black man time, but he changed the whole dynamics of the politics. You know, when he said Black Man Time, he changed the whole dynamics of the politics. And I was in St. Elizabeth at that particular time. There was a time in Jamaica, and not switching from what I was saying, but there's a time in Jamaica where in the 90s, you couldn't go to, on Sundays, you couldn't, if somebody wanted to sell a little kerosene, they'd have to go to the back door, the back window or so on to sell that kerosene because it wasn't allowed to sell on Sundays. And I saw a gentleman come from Kingston and came down there with no shirt on the shop piece, having a beer stripe in his, red stripe in his hand, drinking. And I said, okay, this is where it's gone bad now. Everything, everything went down. It never turned back. Even when you're having, back then in the days, like in the 90s or in the 80s, you also have a little drain in your at your house. You also have public inspector come and check. You have to make sure you keep it clean. All of these things just went down. And then I started to look at the whole history of the nine. I remember one time when I went to go to the bank to borrow a loan. I think before Alisha came in, and the bank did term resist me because it was 19.95% for the loan. And is when I said, no, this country, this is not for me. I wanted to get a visa from that time to leave this country because there's no hope. There's no hope. And when Alisha told them, I'm going to borrow money at a low rate at 5%. Omar Davis asked him where in the world he gonna get that money from.
Yes.
And he get that money, the Shaw get that money at a low interest rate and started to lend to central bank. And when central bank started to distribute it to the banks, now they bring down the interest rate to 8.95%.
Yes.
Under Bruce Golding administration. And the rest is history, my friend.
I see.
And I said, I just make up my mind from there. Said, no way. But I'm telling you, Bruce Golding, my friend, is one of the brightest prime ministers out of Jamaica.
Are you there, sir? Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes,
You said
I'm
Bruce
saying
Golding was the brightest.
Bruce Golding, he said he was the one who picked Andrew Holness. And I'm telling you, he's one of the brightest out of Jamaica.
A.K. Henriquez?
No, Bruce Golding.
Yes, sir. I'm hearing you.
Yes. And when Bruce Golding, when Andrew Holness was minister of
Princess gets spelling today.
there. When Andrew Holness was minister of education, and when Bruce Golding stepped down, there was a meeting up by Brady because Audley Shaw didn't want to become the opposition, the leader of the party, and she said no way, and he become the party, and he become the leader for the party, So I know some history there, man.
Yes. So you don't think tribalism is a bad word?
No. If you do your research, listen, you can, that's why I tell people, you have to do your research. Don't just listen and go and do and do some good research. There's a book they call Dead Yard. Dead Yard, I don't remember who's the author, if it's Carl Stone. But there's a book they call Dead Yard. It tell you about the 90s and the corruption. It tell you about it's a nasty book. You can Google it. It's called Dead Yard. And what are the pardon?
Well, I don't know if I would want to read a book called Dead Yard.
Yes, it's come from the history of the of Jamaican politics and the killing, all of these things. But it's a nasty book, but it enlightened you in terms of what to have take the breakdown of in the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes, yes. But you have to read books. Carl Stone is a good order. Carl Stone, his books is very good.
Yes.
Yes,
That is true, sir.
yes.
So you said you actually left Jamaica because you felt hopeless?
Yes, I leave Jamaica for many reasons. For many reasons, I get the opportunity and I hold it with both hands. But I could tell you, I don't like to call any names, but I was working with a great guy in Jamaica who have trained a few who have who have been worked with prime ministers before, who teach them, from the University of the West Indies and so on and so on and so on, even the Eastern Caribbean. But I get the opportunity and I hold it with both hands. Reason for that, I have kids, and when I said I don't want my kids to grow up in this environment where it was, they got the violence and so on and so on, And I decided to make a move, but I'm telling you, Jamaica right now, I'm in Canada, and Jamaica right now is doing great. You know how much? You know how much is in the inflation in Canada, man?
No, tell me.
It's about 8 point something percent. Canada only grow 0.2% for the last 3 quarter. It's very low. People losing job left, right, and center.
Even with the new prime minister?
Even with the new prime minister in Canada, it's not. I hear Scratchy was telling Canada is not the same. Canada is not the same, my friend.
Wow.
And for,
When last
and
have you been here?
I've been here. I came down with July, sometime in July here. And when I came down there, I almost lost.
You almost got lost?
Almost lost on the highway, man. When you come from Hydel, going out there, everything just looked different. When I was leaving, the highway was just building the overhead. It's coming like North America. When you go to Marcus Garvey Drive there, you was wondering what is going on.
Yes.
It's lot of development is going on down there. I'm telling you.
You almost got lost.
Almost got lost. I take the highway to I came in on the night. Well, when I go to the highway, like going to William Seal,
Yes.
that highway to William Seal there, because the sign was so it's not visible. You know what I mean? Like North America, and they're like, oh my God, where am I? I end up in Lionel Town. I have to turn back when I see the backside company. I said no, and I saw Veer Technical. I said no. I'm going to no. I have to make a U-turn there. That's it. I'm telling you.
And that is because of the development in the country.
The development place just look different.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So
Why do you think that the people living here are not more appreciative of what is happening in their own country? What do you think?
Some of it is just ignorance, and some of it is just because of die-hearted, meaning that no matter what the party present to them, some of them even not willing to take the opportunities that the government are put in place. They rather their own party do it. Just try to, what I mean? It's just, or they rather not going to vote if they realize their party is not going, is not going to win. They rather not going out to vote. Those are the kind of person. I try to help my community center in Jamaica, where I get some Cuban doctors to be in there. I think I spoke to you about that before, but it was getting cut off. Where I was trying to assist the community by getting some Cuban eye doctors and so on, because I have a connection. And when I call a counselor, he said, his party is not in power. There's nothing he can do. And I said, oh my God, is it that he don't have any vision, or he just not accepting the whole, the opportunity because it's not his party doing it? And I said, listen, man, whether I be in party or not, I'm just trying to help. I'm from the community.
Yeah. Hold on there, sir. We have another call online. Good afternoon, my friend. Hi.
Good afternoon. Good night, neighbor.
Good night, sir.
Yes, round number two with the tribalism.
Ah, yes, great. Go ahead.
Remember, we was talking about it early on today, and we'd have to go because your time was past. All
Yes.
right. With this
Who the one?
gentleman, I
Who the one?
agree with him when he said about tribalism. He's a tribalist.
Yes.
I'm more than a tribalist. All right.
You are
We
more than a tribalist.
Yes, and I'm gonna try to explain it as possible. Jamaica, we are a Christian island, and I think
Well,
we can say that.
well, I don't even know.
Okay. Well, in my belief, Jamaica is a Christian island. When I was growing up, 50 something years ago, my parents, they are Christian. They go to Church of God in Christ. That's the church I was brought up in. And they taught us that Christianism is the right thing.
Christianity.
And yes. And today, I'm still a Christian. I leave Jamaica over 30 something years ago. And I'm still a Christian. So go forward now with the politics. Politics and religion, it's the same. My parents was a part of the Jamaica Labour Party. And if they brought us up in church as a Christian, every word come from their mouth about politics. They always treat the Jamaica Labour Party with a good hand. They always feed the Jamaica Labour Party because if the Jamaica Labour Party wasn't taking care of them or be a good governant, I don't think my parent they would stick with the Jamaica Labour Party because my father was born 1933, January 7th. He passed away 2011. My mom was born 1936, the 11th of December. My mom's still alive. This December, my mom going to be 90 years old. She's
Congratulations
still,
to her.
thank you. She's still
May God
alive.
bless. Uh-huh.
And my mom just voted for the Jamaica Labour Party.
90
So
years old.
90 years old.
And she
In
went
an,
out to vote.
she went out to vote. And when we asked mom, who you gonna be voting for? She said to us, only one party she ever voted for from she voting is the Jamaica Labour Party.
90 years old. And she has
Ni-
never voted for the PNP.
Never voted for the People's National Party. Never. So when I say to you today, I'm a tribalist, you know where it's coming from. And there is no
Uh-huh.
shame, there is no shame about it, nothing wrong about it to say you are a tribalist. It's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
The party
Not a bad
that
word.
did
Not a bad word at all.
it's not. It's not. And I got 8 kids
You have
and
8 children. Hold on.
eight
You
eight
have
children. Yes.
eight.
Yes.
Wow.
And well, it's not wow. My mom have 16 of us. How is that? 16 kid my mom birthed, 3 set of twins.
Which parish, sir?
I'm from St. Thomas.
Your mother is alive?
My mom is alive today.
Would you please, sir, could you arrange for her to talk to me? I beg you.
I will set it up and that My sister, she's the one who taking care of my mom, and she's a very educated woman. So they
16
will
of you?
I will look it up and basically talk to you.
Yeah. 16.
90,
16.
16 kids, and she was born 1936. This December she's gonna be 90 years old. My mom used to live in the States with me, and like 15 years ago she decided she wanted to come back home, and so she retired in Jamaica. She living out our last end, but she still functions. She still have everything. Believe me, everything, everything. All her senses she still have, it, still going. But with tribalism, it's okay because the Christianity, that's tribalism. Politics, that's tribalism. I just want some people to know that it's not a shame to say you are a tribalist. You was talking to a young lady today, and she going in and going out like she doesn't want to say. She's a tribalist. She doesn't want to say that, and she want to say it. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
Well, Navi. Yeah. Navi, are you there? Well, uh-huh.
You know, so it's okay because when we go back a little bit in history, in my time, as you know, we was talking about because I early 70s. That's where I grew up. You know what I mean? And the two guys we used to run the country at the time, they're all dead. Those two guys dead. You know what I mean? And I would say both of them do good things because every prime minister before they do something good. So we can't say one do one, the other one, never do. But the one in my terms, in my sight, who does the best, the party who does the best is the Jamaica Labour Party. And I can show a lot of fact with that because as I said, I grew up in the 70s when Michael Manley is the prime minister. I remember when we could not get sugar. People have it to say this guy costs it or that guy costs it. I don't care. I don't care what people want to say because my term is this: if you are the prime minister, you can't make the guy who is not the prime minister be control of the prime ministership. No, it doesn't work like that. So don't tell me said this guy who is not the prime minister, they're the one who will shut down the country. That's crap. Can't tell me that. The guy who was running the country at the time is Michael Manley. And if you want to say that's tribalism, yes. I don't like that guy at all because my last brother, he was born 1979. He was 1978, he born. Sugar cane, that's what that kid drink for tea. Sugar cane. We have to go to the farm and they wring that cane to get the juice from it and they catch it, and that's what my parents gave my brother for tea. Could never get sugar. All right, so I remember that, and from that I we look at the condition the country was in at the time. We could not get nothing at all.
Yes.
I could never support the People's National Party. I could
So
never. And
you are really outlining to me that your ideological groundings is on the premise that the Labour Party is the better of the two alternatives.
if it's two devil, I'd rather take the Labour Party.
if
And
it's too, if it's too what's that?
if it's two devil, the Satan. If it's two devil, I'd rather take the two evil. I'd rather take the Jamaica Labour Party anytime,
Ah, yes.
anytime, And I think I spoke with you a few weeks ago and I told you this. It's better they just put it up and the People's National Party just work with the Prime Minister forever. And he be the Prime Minister for life. I know that a lot of you listening are not gonna like that. But just leave him alone. Let it be the Prime Minister for life. Because the guy built all these highways, man.
Oh my God.
People people who doesn't leave Jamaica, people who doesn't leave Jamaica, they doesn't know what they have because Jamaica looking like a first world country. They do.
Absolutely.
And I need Jamaican people to appreciate it. Appreciate it. Because when you leave Jamaica, go to overseas, that's what we use here. I'm in America. That's the kind of roads we use. And the Prime Minister want to give we more roads, give we better water system, and all of those stuff. You know? So give the guy what he deserves. Prime Minister for life. That's tribalism. It's okay.
Did you say Prime Minister for life, sir?
I said tribalism, the Prime Minister for life. The Jamaica Labour Party with Andrew Wellness, yes, for life. You know I'm a straight shooter. I'm just talking just the way it is.
Neighbor, can I say something? Neighbor.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. For life?
Yes, for life.
No, sir. All right. Yes, ATB. Yes, help me out here.
I just want to comment something on that. Enough person don't recognize the power of the Prime Minister. You know, we had a big enough of us don't really recognize the power of the Prime Minister. He went and do his PhD in something to do with crime. He studied the problem that about crime prevention or something like that. He studied a PhD in it, and he come back and he implement it. He understand the procurement about the legal thing, listen to me, that man is genius. Meanwhile, he's in office. There's a prime minister in the Eastern Caribbean who went and studied when he was a member of parliament, and the constituency was giving a hard time. He studied in Canada at McGill, and the Prime Minister then will have to go into his constituency to help him out because he wasn't getting proper representation. And for this Prime Minister to in office and do a PhD, what I tell you something? You think PhD is boy, man? To study at night?
Yes, sir.
Running a country doing so well? Come on, man. Oh my God. It's painful.
You agree with my friend there that the people living overseas, I don't know why I'm freezing or something, are more appreciative of what is happening in Jamaica, sir?
Yes, I'm agree with him, because what happened, most of us, we live in a box, we don't know the outer world, what is going on. When you come here and you have to work your ass off and see all of these opportunities that, when you come and see the whole thing that North America had, it's like when you go back home and you see what this gentleman is doing, he's doing a great job, my friend. We take him for granted. We don't deserve him. I'm telling you.
We don't deserve the Prime Minister?
No, we don't deserve him because we don't know what you have. You guys don't know. He's the first Prime Minister I have seen all my life, and I know from Michael Manley days, that going to a community at 2 o'clock in the night, campaigning, they're taking on the whole 63 constituency on his back to win the election. Which prime minister? PJ never do it. Which other prime minister you see do it? Huh? Out there 2 o'clock in the nights, campaigning, try to help these individuals.
Mighty God.
We don't appreciate it.
Yes.
Jamaica need to wake up, my friend.
You agree with the caller that he should be prime minister for life?
I don't know about for life, but he's doing a great job. You know what I mean? And if somebody, I believe in transformation. You know, if somebody there, can copy him, and and do something significant and put something on there. But right now, I'm telling you, he is doing a great job, my friend. Look at the respect. Look at the respect that he's
The
receiving.
prime minister still is he's a young man.
Yes. Look at the respect. Look at the respect that he's getting overseas.
At the UN? Yes.
Canada is receiving him.
Yes,
Everybody want to be of Africa. The guy from Kenya, South Africa. Everybody is there. Look at the man's social media page. Look at his followers. He's like he's carrying a movement now. I'm telling you. He's you know what who they were coming.
Neighbor.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
It's the first time in 38 years we can talk as a Jamaican with our heads up. We feel proud of our country. I'm just trying to let the Jamaican people know that we feel proud of our country. The guy is so smart, intellect. The guy put Jamaica out on the front. The prime minister, he led Jamaica. We so happy. We so happy, man. We so happy to say, yeah, we are Jamaican. I told you today that when I was leaving Jamaica, we have that blue book. At the time, we doesn't want to say we are we are Jamaican, but we have to, because of that blue book, we have to own our island any country we resign to. But at the time, we didn't want to say we are Jamaican.
My God.
Now we can lift up our head. We can lift up our head and say proudly, we are Jamaican.
My God. Yes?
That's the reason why I start doing business there. It take me a long time, neighbor, to do business in Jamaica, my home country. And that's what this gentleman was saying in the 90s underneath about Black Man Time. That's garbage. Those people cared on Jamaica so bad. So bad they tear down Jamaica. We cannot allow that. We cannot make that happen again. No way. We cannot make Jamaica go backward. And the People's National Useless Party, that's what they're good for. Bring back Jamaica to poverty. No. There is no way we can allow that.
Well,
my mom is 90 years old and she voted. Probably that's, our last election or something, we never know, But she proud to be a Labourite. She proud to be for the Jamaica Labour Party. And if you want to say my mom, 90 years old, she tribalist, hands up, man. We there for it. That's good. We're proud. Stand proud. Stand tall, man.
My friend.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go. What I want to say to the Labourites, stop whining about the election. We win that election landslide, and I'm gonna give it to you. The two parties start off with 0. We kicked those guys but with 35 seats. They get 28. We are the winner. Celebrate. Stop whining. I hear a lot of laborites whining about they have 49 seats. No, they did not have 49 seats. They're going into election with 49 seats. There's no way they're going in the election with 49 seats. They're going into the election with 0 vote party.
Yes.
We won the election. Be happy, man. Be happy. We won the election. Are we proud to be a tribalism?
Yes. Yes. Yes, sir. Okay, I hear you. All right, sir.
Neighbor,
Take it
neighbor.
easy, neighbor.
I have to go to Teddy Lee. I don't have a lot of time. I don't know why my camera here is acting up. I have to go to Teddy Lee.
Yeah, but sorry for being late. Huh?
Yes, man. User, catch you Sunday.
Okay.
All right. Nice, man.
All right, take me down. All right, bye-bye.
Right. Take him down for me, PA. Okay, thank you. Teddy Lee.
All right.
Yes, Mr. Neighbor.
Yeah, Teddy Lee, you know, you caused quite a stir here today, and when you suggested that you know, there was a cost of living issue in the election. But I want to move you away from that, Teddy, in to the whole matter.
Yeah, well, neighbor, before I go there, I think maybe the term I need to use is diarted. Maybe people not like use the term tribal, like tribal sound like. So maybe diarted, maybe people rather for say them as a diard. But tribal sound like them as a fanatic, you know? Even though it's the same thing, but diard more, maybe more polishable, you know?
You are a diard, sir?
All right, so currently with the two parties at JLP, me and wouldn't support. Now, if maybe, let's say JLP do something wrong, extremely wrong, me not to myself would never vote for the PNP, but we don't sit it out. So I don't know, we are some labor, right?
You would sit out an election rather than voting for the PNP?
Yeah, principle-wise, we don't sit it out, but more not to myself I vote for the PNP currently. So principle-wise, sit out instead of
tell me, how did you become a supporter?
All right, so as I tell you today, I am a very conservative person, but I do my research about both parties first. So in 2006, you don't know the Porsche versus Peter Phillips. Then I was feeling the Porsche, you know. But when I see Bruce Golden, I think I saw Bruce Golden in 2003.
3, okay.
2001. I think the by-election, Northeast Centre, because Shiny Robinson were running. So I think Bruce and Siago, them, they passed through here. So from them time there, the JLP, may I say, you know, I like the Green Party. 2002 general election, I Siago, me there bring, because I say, for some reason, the Green Party. But them time I run a 12-year-old, so I watch politics. But Chuck told me they like the blue, like them time the NDM. For some reason, even though I was a local youth, the NDM like them, they have a buzz that when we were young. So you used to see the blue whatever, you know. So, but me study all, me study all of the parties them. I come from a PNP seat at Southeast Centre, and everybody knows it. A diarted PNP seat. So I know comrade reason. And that's why maybe some people say my reason like a comrade because I kind of learn to balance stuff. You know, so I don't believe it's so diarted like you is our come out. Like we say basically, you know, I'm rate Andrew Jones, but when a person say Prime Minister own it forever, I don't know what that means because should he go for a 5th term? So we know I'm 3rd, or this is his 4th term, right?
Yes.
That's
third
yeah,
term.
third full term, but you don't know them now count 2011 when he was Prime Minister for 3 months. So maybe technically, but truth be told, this is his 3rd full third term. So we don't support the Prime Minister going for a fourth term, but for a fifth term or a sixth term, I don't see that, you know. So therefore,
No, you don't see that, or you wouldn't support it.
No, we have me's a party man. Me's a party man first, not like a lead, like an individual. Like no, me's a party man first. Me's a laborer first before individuals. So I think the Prime Minister do a fourth term, but in terms of Prime Minister forever, I don't understand them talking. So I'm not that type of laborer where like I'm leader centric. Me's not that type of person. For the party, Mr.
But if it's about personality, Teddy, if a man is performing in his job, isn't that sufficient reason for him to continue? Why is it about the party and not the job he's doing?
For how long?
Eh?
For how long? I remember he's the leader of the JLP from 2011.
The length of time should be measured against how well he's doing.
Okay. So 25 years, Mr. Owen is there in 25 years or 30 years?
I'm not putting that time. What I'm asking is that if a man is doing well, okay, if you have a man doing well on a particular job, would you change him? Why would you change?
No, it's a team, it's a party, you know. So yes, the Prime Minister is doing, but we have a lot of the future in the JLP, little Brian.
But who is to tell if you replace him that you don't end up with someone that
replacing him if he decides to step down, but not replace, you know. But come on, we have Fly Green, we have Nigel. We have a lot of young other people there, you know. But I will say the Prime Minister focus on the third term the well, and if he win, he basically can get the fourth term. But in terms of a fifth term loading, we're not towards the one there. I think fourth term would be more appropriate. So therefore, a person would say, he's a flip-flopper, and not like the leader. No, he's a party person first, and I always believe that maybe Mr. Wallace started politics from 1997 still now. So 2027 will be 30 years. So imagine if him go to 2035, that would be 38 years.
Do you remember when Mr. Patterson was retiring?
Yeah.
Mr. Patterson said something, you know, that Portia was the only person in the PNP that could help them with the fourth term. Well, it didn't happen. Yeah. In other words, it appeared to me that had Patterson felt that he could have won, he wouldn't have retired. Why should Holmes retire?
Patterson could have won, man. Yeah. Yeah. Patterson could have won that. Patterson could have won with yeah.
Yeah. So Holness is a relatively young man. As a matter of fact, I would argue that he's in the prime of his life. Why shouldn't Holness press forward with his developmental agenda for the people of Jamaica? Why should he be worried about age if the people of Jamaica wants to support him and he's fit and able? You know, Siaga said he was full of vim, vigor, and vitality, and was running way over 70. What's wrong with that?
No, it's not the age you're looking at now, it's the time of the wicket, you know. So as I said, Mr. Owl, I look for at least 20, so the Prime Minister up to 2030. That would be and finish.
So Brian Lara made 500 and odd one time. And in Test cricket he made 400. Time at the wicket making good runs on the board, Teddy. The more time you spend at the wicket. You can't make runs in the pavilion. So why are you sending Mr. Holness in the pavilion? You can't score runs there. You have to score runs on the wicket.
Yeah, man. So as I say, I'm Neighbour. Remember, we're 2025. And to me, at least maybe to 20. So let's say the Prime Minister win 2030. Obviously, maybe midterm, maybe say hand it over to somebody. So at least him have 7 more years when we look on it, or 8 more years, or so let's say 10 more years him decide to go to 2035. That's 10 years, a lot of work, Mr. Holness can do in 10 years. So I don't know. So what people want him to go. So let's say we're in at 2025 now. Other than 15 more years. So 15 more years, Mr. When it's forgotten, we don't have a Fly Green. We don't have a young Pernell Charles Jr. We don't have a Matthew Samuda. We don't have Christoph. We don't have nobody else. That's
Yeah,
what
but
we are trying to say. So
what is the guarantee that any of these names that you have called can do just as good a job?
the party, remember, sometimes the party is currently the leader is popular in the party, but we don't know where the next 5 years will bring. Maybe the party more popular than leader. We don't know.
Okay.
But I suspect that now go happen correct now.
Okay. Today, the PNP puts out a statement through their general secretary saying that there'll be no contest for that party. What's your view on that?
No surprise, as me they are telling today. Like, if anybody they are challenged, it would be no, because clearly Mark Golding is at his strongest, and anyone challenging now like to than lose. Now, I see where they made that one change on them vice president rank, where Miss Donna Scott Matley decided not to go, and Mistress Natalie Nita Garvey is now a vice president. But what is very interesting, I don't know why them still keep Mr. Norman Scott as a vice president same way. Curious. And why didn't Mr. Damon Crawford step forward to be a vice president or someone, to be a vice president? But it seems like the PNP don't want any type of runoff, so they make some deals. So like Miss Donna Scott Matley, it's all right. She's not going again. And maybe Mistress Natalie Nita Garvey step in. So it's like they're trying to avoid all type of internal leadership race.
Do you think the Labour Party will go to Do you think the Labour Party will go to conference in November?
Yeah, I believe so. Remember, we won the election, so I believe so. Now, obviously, I expect some changes will be made in terms of the jail hierarchy. Obviously, Era Council for Mr. J.C. Hutchinson is the deputy leader. He retired from politics, so I suspect Mr. Fly Green will be, he's the front runner to be the next deputy leader in Era Council 4.
Can he manage all of that though? He has just been made leader of government business in the House. You think he could take on all of that?
Yeah, I believe he can manage it. Remember, he's currently the chairman for Era Council 4, and normally the chairperson do the most, right? The deputy leader is very powerful, but in terms of the administrative and some type of work, is the chairperson normally do the work. But the deputy leader is the most powerful person than the chair for the council. So Fly Green being the leader of government business now and agriculture minister and everything like that, I suspect he will be the deputy leader for that Era Council. Young, fresh face for that Era Council. Also, Mr. James Roberts is the deputy leader for Era Council 2 from 2003. He's the longest serving deputy leader in the JLP history. So that's over 20 years. Maybe we'll hand it over to somebody. You have Christoph in that Era Council, you have Andrew Wheat, you have a lot of talent in that Era Council. So Michael Stern is currently the maybe they're looking at Colonel Charles Jr., Xavier Main, Matthew Samuda. So I expect the leader said some changes, renewal time. So I expect some changes will be made in the party hierarchy.
I have to leave it there, so Teddy. Take care of yourself.
God bless us. Yeah, man. All right.
Cool. Rivian?
Good night, neighbor.
Fantastic. What do you have for us tonight? You're going to take us out. You have 7 minutes.
Yes. All right. I just want to respond to an earlier caller. I heard he said that Jamaica don't deserve the prime minister that we currently have because we don't appreciate him, that kind of stuff. But I want to respond by saying that human beings are not perfect. And almost all the processes that involve human beings are not going to be perfect processes, right? Including the political process, including the process of nation building. I'm saying that to say that the fact that Andrew Holness did not win the 63 seats, it doesn't mean that Jamaican people are bad and that they are undeserving of a good leader.
Uh-huh.
As I said earlier, when I made my analysis after the election based on the deviations from what I call perfection, because perfection would be the fact that with such a great leader, he would have commanded almost all the seats. That would be the perfect expectation. And I guess if that had happened, people would be saying that yes, the Jamaican people are sensible and they know what they want and they deserve the leader. However, there was a deviation from perfection, right? In the sense that he only garnered 35 seats against the PNP's 28, but which was a competitive result. I don't think it's you can use that to say that
If you want to argue that, where is the graciousness in the results? Isn't there a strong argument that somehow the prime minister's performance, when you listen to those two men online speaking about the transformation of Jamaica, is it not a fair statement to say it was not reflected at the polls?
I wouldn't agree with that, neighbor, with all due respect. Because
Well,
I believe
that respect, yeah, you have an opinion. Yes.
I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna explain
Uh-huh.
myself. I was listening to a live last weekend and I heard a lot of comments, negative comments, and I made a post. I said the victory at the poll was a result of the collective efforts of the labor rights or the Jamaican. Well, let me not say Jamaica, let me say the labor rights. Because some are saying that the MPs did not work hard enough and all different type of reasons why we didn't get the result of perfection. And I said the victory of the poll was a result of our collective efforts. Let's not discredit the effort of anyone, right? My point is, you're saying that you're not really seeing the graciousness and that type of thing. But neighbor, it goes back to the material that you're working with. I believe that all Jamaicans want a better life. But I just believe that there are some Jamaicans who don't understand to have the best life. And I believe that it's a deficiency. I believe it's out of ignorance. It's not that they are bad and they are wicked. Jamaica is not a wicked society. It's not a bad society. I think we just did not prepare our people well, and we have quite a high element of ignorance and imperfection in terms of our people. But they don't mean bad. They're just ignorant in terms of how the decision that they've made. You know? Would you agree with that?
I will tell you this, sir. I don't think that Holness has gotten the respect that he deserves. I think that his performance has been phenomenal. I think that when you look at Jamaica, I've been saying, that the story of the Labour Party is not well told at all, because you have to put in context what he inherited. Now, let me tell you this, sir.
Yes.
If you pick up a girl, leave the women out of it. If you get a whole car, battered and bruised up, tire them, mash up, engine smoking, and you put it in the garage and get it a good paint job, put on rims, put in nice seats in it, put it on the road, and it's now attracting big price. You need to take some pictures of it when you got it. And anybody who want to purchase it, show them what it was. The mechanic, you know, sir, is not going to get the credit for it, you know, unless he captures as he journeys with this piece of old car.
Yes.
Yeah? Take pictures of it as you go along. You know, it's called monuments, established monuments. And when you look at Jamaica in 2016, sir, with a debt of over 140%, with
Debt to GDP.
poverty, debt to GDP, with poverty 16 and odd percent, with unemployment, you know, and crime. And for one administration in 9 years to reduce crime, cut poverty in half, bring down the debt, don't raise no taxes, that's a phenomenal job, sir.
Yes, neighbor.
And this is where I separate from my friends who talk about bias. I separate from them, dear son. Those are facts.
I fully agree with everything that you're saying.
And a man, sir, and a man who presides over that level of performance ought to, in my view, do better in elections. I think they should. I think no less than 40 seats.
I agree with you, neighbor. I agree with you 100%. But the fact that we have won the election, it means something, that we have majority of people who are treading along the line of perfection, so to speak. But I'm saying that we are having deviation from perfection because of the poor governance that we are coming out of, because our people are not prepared to analyze the situation and to make the proper decision. And I think that's where the most of the imperfection lies. And
are you prepared to join us for the next week? Next week we're looking at the link between politics and poverty. Wanna help us?
Sir. Anytime, sir. Anytime.
No, but we have to book you, you know.
No problem. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, Rivian.
Yes, sir.
Go to his page and send him a message. Exploitation or empowerment. Next week, all week. The link